before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get Cashback, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today is December 11th, and yes, it's after the 10th that I've been screaming about for the last few days about having your supplemental application in by the 10th. But then again, I also said I'm going to be talking about this even afterwards because I believe you can still get it in there, and there's a chance that it can be processed before the 31st. But before we get into that, if you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports with all three of the bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, please click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week with your vehicle on your own time, please click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, you can click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below, and that way you can use the hire car to then Wealth Dash and still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. Want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500? Click the Be Free link in the description below. And with all this shopping we're doing right now for gift giving time, and even afterward, you can get cash back for your shopping by clicking the cashback links in the description below. Now moving on. Yes, the targeted and the EIDL and the supplemental are still being processed until the 31st. The difference between the three is that the targeted EIDL advance and the EIDL loans will be processed after the 31st. The supplemental will not be processed after the 31st. So again, the targeted EIDL and the EIDL loan will be accepted until the 31st, but processed after the 31st. So they won't be accepting any more targeted and EIDL loan applications after the 31st, but they'll still be processing those applications after the 31st. With the supplemental, they're going to be accepting the applications up until the 31st, but they're also going to end the processing of the supplemental applications on the 31st. So again, they'll be accepting their supplemental advance applications up until the 31st, but the processing of those applications will also end on the 31st. That's why they were encouraging to have those supplemental advance applications submitted up until yesterday, because they're not going to be processing after the 31st. They need time to process them. But it's the 11th. So I'm going to say, again, this is not through the SBA. This is me saying, hey, if they're still accepting the applications up until the 31st, still get them in, regardless. Because just because you won't possibly have it processed by the 31st. But think of it this way. What if your application is processed by the 31st? It's still the 11th. They're still moving through them pretty quickly. So go ahead and take that chance. It's the 11th. Yes, it's the day after the 10th, but they didn't say that they were going to stop accepting applications on the 10th. They said they were going to stop accepting applications on the 31st. It's just that the processing of the application may not happen by the 31st. But why are you not putting it in? You don't know if yours is going to be processed by the 31st or not. Remember, I submitted my supplemental application and I got it processed and approved within a week. Now, granted, I already had to target it in because they're going to use the targeted EIDL information to process the supplemental targeted. Yes, you still have to submit your EIDL loan application in order to get the targeted email, and you had to submit the targeted application in order to get the supplemental email. But what are you waiting for? Get it in. I don't know how fast they're doing this stuff. So if you're not putting it in, you'll never know. You might think it's a waste of time, but it's really not. It'll only be a waste of time if they weren't accepting applications right now. But they are accepting applications. They're still accepting them. And think of it this way. Well, I should say you could think of it this way as well. Okay, maybe they don't process your supplemental, but you still got the EIDL loan application in. That might get accepted. And you're still submitting your targeted EIDL advance. That's still $10,000. So even if you don't get the 15, you might get the loan plus the 10. Even if you don't get the loan and the 15, you still might get the 10. See what I mean? So either way, you just may get something. I'm not even saying you're going to get any of it. I'm not even saying that. I'm not saying you're going to get any of it. You might not get the loan, the supplemental, or the targeted. Or I should say the loan, the targeted, or the supplemental. You might not get any of it. But you won't know anything unless you just submit the applications. All right? Again, we're going to go over this one more time. I'm not going to make this long. I'm not going to make this long. The deadline is approaching. I just said it. Economic injury disaster loan application will be accepted until the 31st of 2021. We will continue processing applications after the deadline, including reconsiderations. We are unable to accept new applications after the deadline. That's for the loan. Target EIDL advance application will be accepted until December 31, 2021. We will continue processing applications after the deadline, including reconsiderations. We cannot accept new applications after the deadline. Supplemental target advance application will not be accepted or processed after December 31. Again, supplemental target advance application will not be accepted or processed after December 31, including reconsiderations. We strongly encourage eligible small businesses to apply as soon as possible, but no later than December 10th. Okay, so you can still submit it after the 10th. It's just that they were encouraging to have it in by the 10th, so that way they can have adequate time. That's all I'm saying. So, still submit these applications. You just may get it, and you just may not. That's whether you had time or not. It's still the same thing. It's just that now there's a time crunch for the supplemental because they're not processing anything or accepting anything after 31st for the supplemental. So again, submit it still. You may get something and you may not. I'm not saying you're going to get anything at all. Any of it. I'm not saying that. But you don't know. So just submit it anyway, alright? Get those apps in, people. Thanks for watching. If you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports from all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. You would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, then click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car and use that vehicle to then Wealth Dash and make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. And if you would like to get cash back while shopping online, click the Cashback link in the description below. Like, share the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, and until the next video, let's get this money.